Hi, it's Peter here. I'm glad to see you again in your music room. In today's lesson, we will start learning how to read music. Learning how to read music does not have to be frustrating or intimidating experience. As a matter of fact, it can be quite easy as long as you do it step by step and you will stick to certain principles that we introduced today. Let's start with the notes that are written in treble clef on treble staff. The first step is mastering the music alphabet. We have to be able to move through the music alphabet in either direction, meaning forward or backwards, without any hesitation, and we have to feel very comfortable and confident. This should be practiced by starting on certain note of the music alphabet and following the notes until we will reach the note that has the same name, and do it forward and backwards, just like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, going down, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Then start from B, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, going down, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B. And starting from C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, going down, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, and so on. You should keep practicing this exercise until you will be very fluent and you'll be able to name the notes in either direction starting on any note of the music alphabet, and you will feel very confident to do so without any hesitation. Now let's put some notes on the music staff. The most important notes are the notes that will become your landmarks. The notes that are easy to memorize and easy to recognize are the notes that sit on the first and the fifth line of the music staff. In treble clef, the note that sits on the first line is an E, the note that sits on the fifth line is an F. Notice that those are two letters that follow in music alphabet, E and F. As you can see, reading music is all about visual recognition of the notes, just like reading language is all about visual recognition of the letters. And just like in language, we should not see one note at a time, but we should see the notes as they relate one to another. So in other words, when I'm playing certain note and I see the next note, I should see and I should realize how that note relates to the note I'm currently on. So let's learn a couple principles that will make our reading much easier and much faster. Now let's talk about how notes can be connected. The simplest way how notes can follow is if they simply sit in the same position on the music staff. So if we have two notes that sit on the same line or in the same space, they must be the same notes. They are repeated notes because they sit in the same position on the staff. The next type of connection between two notes is a step. We already know that the music staff works in pattern line, space, line, space. So if we see the note that is written on line and then the next note is in space either above that line or below that line, that is a step going either up or down. So the note that follows must be the next letter in our music alphabet, either going forward if it's going up or going backwards if it's going down. The last type of connection we will learn is a skip. If two notes are written on two neighboring lines or in two neighboring spaces, it is a skip, which means that we simply skip one letter of music alphabet and go to the next one, going forward if it's going up, going backwards if it's going down. What we just learned is very important because repeated notes, the notes that move in steps or skips, are very common in music. And if we are able to recognize these patterns right away, our reading will be much better and much faster. Now let's learn a few more notes on the treble staff. We will start with our landmark note with an E that is written on the first line. And our next note will be step up, the note that sits in the first space, which is an F. Take a look at our first example and try to read it. Let's add another note, one step above F, the note that sits on the second line is a G. So we have E on the first line, F in the first space, and G on the second line. Read the following example and try to see when you are following the step up, step down, skip up, skip down, or simply just repeated notes. You should be practicing these notes until you will start getting visual recognition. Once you start recognizing the notes and you will feel comfortable, it's time to add another note. We will go one step above G to the note that sits in the second space, an A. So we have E on the first line, F in the first space, G on the second line, and A in the second space. Practice the following example. Let's learn one more note today, and that will be one step above A, the note that sits in the middle of the music staff on the third line, a B. So we have E on the first line, F in the first space, G on the second line, A in the second space, and B on the third line. Try to read the following example. As B sits in the middle of the music staff on the third line, it should become another landmark note for us. So at this point we should have three landmarks on the music staff. E on the first line, B on the third line, and F on the fifth line. Okay, this will conclude our today's lesson. I hope you understood everything. Don't forget to download your free practice pack from our website at yourmusicroom.net. There are plenty of exercises to practice your reading. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our future videos. I hope you had a great time, and I hope to see you again in your music room.